Hi everyone, Isha Sesay here. Many of you know me for my work at CNN and in particular the story of the mass abduction of the Nigerian schoolgirls, which took place April 14th, 2014. And I'm here talking to you now because we are about to hit the 10-year anniversary of that tragedy. And it's hard to believe that this is the story that sparked the Bring Back Our Girls campaign, that hashtag that we saw all over the world. And for a moment, everyone was focused on these missing schoolgirls until they weren't, and the story just disappeared. So here we are, 10 years later, and there's still over 80 of them missing. And the world is once again asking about the fate of those girls, and it is a story that I have stayed on and continued to follow and focus on. And I'm pleased to say that in this new role that I have as head of OkayAfrica, we are dedicating a huge amount of coverage to this moment. And joining me now to talk about this anniversary is one of the girls, young woman actually, who jumped off the truck the night Boko Haram struck. And she's now here in university in the United States, and she's sharing her thoughts about this moment. Patience, good to see you. It's hard to believe that 10 years have gone by since those dreadful events in Chibok, and the world is processing this anniversary through lots of written pieces, videos, films are being released ahead of April 14th, the actual date of the mass abduction. Let me start by asking how you're feeling as we all, as I said, process this anniversary.
Thank you for having me here, Aisha. I really appreciate it. And to be honest, I feel like since the girls are taken from the school, a lot of people have been talking about it. I thought maybe it's going to go far, like bringing them back home. But I'm very shocked, like they're still there in the forest. Like we don't even hear what is going on with them anymore. We don't know whether they're okay or not. I feel like not enough have been done to bring these girls back home. I wish that they're not having forgotten. I feel like I wish if the government or like I don't know, somehow somebody can like keep pushing, maybe those girls will be back home.
And it's important for everyone watching to understand that you were in the school when Boko Haram struck. You were part of the 276 girls that were marched out of that school and made to walk, and then you were in a truck and you actually jumped out of the truck, and so you weren't held by the terrorists. What stands out for you 10 years on from that night? I mean, particularly as you're now being forced to remember so much of it. What's playing in your mind from that night at this 10-year mark?
I mean, like I didn't know that I would be here, but with the help of God, I get the courage to jump out that night. Even though I'm free, I'm happy, but back in my mind, I'm still sad because these girls are still out there. Like they should be with their family. Their dreams and hope has been taken away from them. So I'm really like trouble. Right now I can help them because I don't have the power to bring them back home. So still, even though I'm free, in my mind I'm not completely free.
And I think you say something really interesting there, and actually really sad. As someone who has been involved in this story since the very beginning and has come to know you so well over the last couple of years, the fact that these now young women aren't home and had largely been forgotten until we get to this 10-year mark, and now everyone's talking about it again, right? And that is to me the maddening thing about it here, that it's been quiet for such a long time in so many different places, nobody talking about it and writing about it. And now we get to the 10-year mark and everyone is talking about it now. How does that make you feel?
Um, it make me feel like it's not really genuine. It might be some of them are really genuine, but like, why do we have to wait until 10 years before everyone is coming out, writing about it, talking about it? What happened in between? We people have forgotten about these girls, but like right now, after 10 years, everyone come out, right? Is it going to help them come back? Or after the anniversaries, we're going to be quiet again, and then until maybe 15 years? I don't know. It's just very interesting. I hope and pray that it's people will continue to fight for these girls and like to see until they come back to their family, not like just write a news or like write a book about them and then just forget about them after the 10 years anniversary pass.
What do you think people get wrong about what happened? About, I hate to say story because story makes it sound, I don't know, story makes it kind of objectifies it. And in one sense, it is a story, but of course, it is your life. It is the life of hundreds of young women now. What do you think people get wrong about it or have failed to understand about this tragedy?
I feel like people forget that this is real story. It actually happened. It's not a makeup story. It's like these people, like, it's really actually real, and these girls are still back, are still outside there. God knows where they are in this forest. Like, we don't know how they're sleeping, we don't know how they're eating. Like, it's our real life. Even though we are out, it's still like traumatizing. And when people are portraying the stories like a fantasy or something, it's really troubling. It's our life, and it's not something to be joked about. This thing is really affecting us, and also affecting the girls' families that are still not back home. So yeah.
And you said you still have nightmares about it.
Yes, I still have nightmares, even though sometimes I'll be brave, like, oh, thank you, Lord, I'm out there. But some night I'll have nightmares, and then it will just go back to memory of what happened and trouble me. It's just, I can just forget it forever. I just can't. So imagine these girls that are out there.
You wrote a letter to your missing sisters. Do you want to share a little bit about it, what you wrote?
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to read it?
Just read to me what you think is the key part in it. But we're going to share the whole letter with everyone. But what is the key message you have?
I just want these girls to know that I admire their courage and strength. I don't want them to feel that they are forgotten, and like they should keep holding up on God. The road may be impossible and hard, but one day I still believe in my heart that they will go back home to their families. It can be late, but I believe that one day they'll be out. So they should keep holding on. I know they're very strong, and I admire their courage and strength.
And you're incredibly strong and brave, and someone I admire greatly. You are finishing college here in the United States now in a matter of weeks. What has that process been like for you? What did the last 10 years been like for you, and how are you feeling about the future?
The journey has not been easy, but I thank God. I'm looking forward to the future, and I thank everyone that helped me. Of course, you're one of them that never give up to see like I achieve my dreams. I get education, so hopefully after school I get a job so I can also help people that I girls that are still like, so I can help girls that don't have the opportunity to like go to school or yes.
So that's a goal, to give back and to help other survivors of trauma and violence. Well, Patience, I want to say thank you for making the time as you wrap up school and get ready to graduate, making time to speak to us on this really sad occasion, 10 years, to think that there's still over 80 young women still not reunited with their families. One last thing I want to ask before I let you go. On the day itself, what will you be doing? Are you speaking to other survivors, other family members of those who are missing? What are the plans for the 14th?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
What are your plans for the day itself, the 14th of April, the actual 10-year anniversary? What will you be doing on that day? And are you in touch with other survivors, other girls who were released or themselves jumped off the truck and escaped?
Yes, I'm still in touch with them, and we talk, and we started even talking about it. Like, we can't believe that this happened, and these girls are still out there. I think one of my friend will pray together, and like hopefully that these girls come back and then talk about anything related to that.
All right. Well, Patience, you take care. I know these are difficult days leading up to that anniversary, but you stay strong, and we're all praying that the girls come back.
Thank you. And you have
Thank you, Patience. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I want to say thank you to Patience, who was willing to go back to that painful place and reflect on what happened 10 years ago. This story is still ongoing. It's still very much alive, and there are 80 or so girls, still unaccounted for. So if you have information, if you have resources that you want to share, and I say that because a lot of girls are in a school in northern Nigeria. There are needs. This is a poor community, and support is greatly appreciated. If you want to help, if you are moved to, please reach out. Reach out to me on my socials. They're at the bottom of the screen. I'll connect you with the people that are working with them directly. But even if you don't have financial resources that you can spare, you can help, because you can use your voice, you can use your socials. So share this. Share this with loved ones, with friends, talk about it. Do your part to add to the chorus that is still demanding 10 years later to bring back our girls.